Oh, interesting. So you think community tokens, social tokens will be bigger than DeFi?
Oh, yes.
Wow. You think there's more potential there than like replacing banks?
Yes.
It's so interesting to hear you, like a global macro investor with like a long like track record in traditional finance and like Goldman Sachs, and like investing in social tokens, which is like such a new and like almost like fringe part of crypto. I'd love to just like hear more of your thoughts on like how like you have this like whole framework to value ETH and Bitcoin. So like what do you use to value social tokens?
All right, get ready everybody, because social tokens are going to be the next big thing in cryptocurrency, even bigger than decentralized finance. In this video, I'm going to explain everything to you. If you like to make money in cryptocurrency, subscribe to our channel right now. We drop a video every day. We keep you informed on the cryptocurrency market on a daily basis. Social tokens are about to explode and bring more people into cryptocurrency than anything we've seen before. This is all according to highly respected macro investor Raoul Pal on Camilo Russo's Defiant podcast. We will get to Raoul Pal's Bitcoin and Ethereum price prediction later in this video. Before that, let's bring everybody into this. Let's talk about what social tokens are and how this is all going to work. First of all, it's important to keep in mind that social token is a broad term. Many different types of tokens can fit under the social token umbrella. You can have personal tokens for influencers. You can have community tokens for brands, even platform tokens to build the social tokens on. Look, over the next few years, we're going to see so many social tokens hit the market. They're going to come from influencers with big and small followings. They're going to come from established brands with big and small followings. Not all of these social tokens will be created equal. Some will be worth millions, probably even billions. Some will be worth fractions of that. The question is, how do we price a social token? How do we evaluate a social token? Raoul Pal is going to explain this. Raoul Pal is going to use the example of Disney. Disney is a brand with a community of billions of people. Let's just say that Disney created a social token. How would creating a social token benefit Disney? How would creating a social token benefit Disney's fan base? Let's talk about how to evaluate social tokens.
Like you have this like whole framework to value ETH and Bitcoin. So like what do you use to value social tokens?
Networks. It's all the same. Everything is the same trick.
Right.
So let's say you are Disney. How many fans does Disney have? What is their community? If they were to bring them together as a community, I would guess 1 billion people, maybe 2, maybe 3. Okay, so there's 3 billion people who love Disney, parts of Disney. And they will consume Disney in a number of different ways. So why not? How does Disney access their fans right now? They have to rent them back off Facebook, YouTube, Google, Apple Music, Apple TV, Spotify. They have to rent them back and pay away economics.
By that, do you mean that they advertise through these platforms to get them to like go to their parks and watch their movies? And
exactly, because they don't have a direct relationship with their fans. Mm-hmm. The only point that they ever do is when they walk into the Disney store or walk into the theme park. But what tokens do is give them direct access to those fans, because you now have a relationship where that token is the currency of the Disney world. So I can buy things, and if I happen to be a currency owner, I can get things at a discount. I can get certain access. I might get to see the film a week early. I get so many benefits that I value as a fan. And I might get Disney Plus at a discount. And if I renew my Disney Plus every year, maybe I get more tokens. And Maybe I can build a business of selling Disney t-shirts and I charge them in Disney tokens and people start building businesses. So you build a whole economy around Disney, of which there is one already. It's huge, giant. But what's the difference here is, as a token holder, I now share in the economic benefits of that community. So if the community becomes more valuable, then I make more money. My token goes up. It's an asset. So culture becomes an asset that you can invest in. This is game changing. Think of a world of TikTok, of influencers, of songs that come out now on social media. They're not driven by Spotify. They come out on TikTok. Now, what happens if you could invest in the IP rights of that song, of your favorite artist, and then make your own TikTok videos to try and drive its virality? You're helping the artist create network effects. Same with a new Disney film. So you're creating this new GDP, this new value system out of nowhere, where you are fully aligned with that brand, influencer, musician, sports star, whoever it is. That's really big. And once you think that through, you realize, okay, well, where are the big tech players in all of this? Do they understand it yet? And it's very simple. It's in front of our eyes. It's Facebook DM. They've created, not only is it a stable coin to allow global commerce on their platform of the biggest network on earth, 3.5 billion people, but it's basically a token for the Facebook economy with 3.5 billion people. What is that going to be worth? Who's going to build what on that? This is huge. And if they do it, well, probably YouTube has to do it and Spotify will do it and Apple will do it. So it's coming. People just can't see it yet. People only look at today and say, well, NFTs are about art and social tokens are for small YouTube influencers. This is just the start of where this is going.
This is just the start of where this is all going. The question is, will social tokens actually be bigger than decentralized finance? Decentralized finance seems to be the killer app right now. Yes, we have NFTs. Yes, we already have social tokens. But will social tokens actually be bigger than DeFi? Raoul Pal thinks yes. Listen to Raoul explain why social tokens will be so big. One word, community.
But I think community is the one thing in crypto that most people don't understand. And I think it's the one thing that is going to be bigger than all the other applications. Sure, the plumbing of the financial system is big, but I think what is coming in these communities and NFTs and everything else is far bigger.
Oh, interesting. So you think community tokens, social tokens will be bigger than DeFi?
Oh, yes.
Wow. You think there's more potential there than like replacing banks?
Yes.
Why so?
Banks are one business model. This is every business model.
Right. There's like everything has its own users and users are communities. And
that's right. And if businesses now understand this, they're all going to try and build community, which most of them haven't got yet. But they're going to see people who have community are going to make a lot more money than the people who don't have community. So everyone's going to start building community. And to create community, you need generally communities. What we're talking about here is complex adaptive societies. Complex adaptive societies are like religions, tribes, villages, municipalities, countries. They're all basically the same. It's how do you organize a group of humans, right? And you generally organize them along the lines of a mission, a set of rules, and a system of incentives or accounting. And so that's basically every country, every religion, everything. In religion, it's interesting because the reward system is heaven or hell or rebirth or not rebirth and whatever it is. But they all have the similar kind of setup. So that's how you organize humans at scale. What this social tokens does is allow you to do that and create country of Disney, the country of Real Vision, the country of the Defiant podcast. Everybody can do that. And that is incredibly powerful because then you're building everything around network effects, and network effect businesses grow much faster than ordinary businesses.
This is amazing perspective. And this is actually why I subscribe to this channel, for great content just like this. I'm going to leave a link to this full podcast in the description below. They actually go into a lot more detail and talk about the nuances of this. To finish, like Raoul said, network effect is everything. So let's talk about the two coins with the two biggest network effects, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Raoul is bullish. Let's hear a price prediction or two. Appreciate you all. Subscribe to our channel for daily videos. Like this video if you want to help us out. I'll see you tomorrow.
I think the biggest, clearest bet of all is Ethereum. You know, if you say, if you could only own one asset over the next 12 months, what would it be? It would be Ethereum. Because it's the least risky with the highest rewards. Because of the massive changes happening. I understand there's risk that they may not go through in the way, the format people think, and there's some other, questions being asked, and that's all fine and good. But I think probability is that you're going to end up with a reduced supply, massively increasing network usage, interconnectiveness of that network, and then you're going to go to proof of stake as well, which gets rid of the green argument. I think you're going to see institutional investment in the space. So I think ETH is the single bet that there is right now. It feels like we're in for the double pump, the 2013 repeat. My target is still remains between 200 and 400,000.
For like, in what time?
Probably the next, I think the cycle extends somewhat. So I'll give it the next 12 months.
And for ETH?
At a minimum 20,000.